What's up, Defects? We are back with a brand new segment called the Hit List. Books that the Defects got a hit out for. This week, we're talking video game comic books. Let's get to the hit list.
Hit list, baby. Sometimes we got a theme, sometimes we don't. This week, like Jay said, video game comic books. Jay, start us off, brother.
First up, Defects, we got Fantastic Four Silver Surfer from 2007. Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer 2K Games giveaway, guys. Written by Brendan Cahill and illustrated by Alex Chung. This book was included in the Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer video game, but it was also included in 2K's Ghost Rider video game. Pretty much, it was a comic book written as a prequel to the game that pretty much sets up the storyline of the video game. I mean, it came with this awesome ash can, which is a great depiction. Alex Chung killed this depiction of the Fantastic Four with Doom looking over them. I mean, guys, copies on eBay for just the book alone are around $20. Very hard to get in a good condition because obviously you open up that video game, kids want to read through the comic to lead them into the game. But I've actually found that it may be cheaper to either buy that Ghost Rider video game or that Rise of the Silver Surfer Fantastic Four video game. As long as it's complete, you can find copies for like 10 to 15 bucks. And you get yourself a nice little Doom cover, Fantastic Four cover. If you're a fan of Doom, if you're a fan of Fantastic Four, if you're a fan of Silver Surfer, definitely a book you want to be on the lookout for and add to your collection.
This is super rare, like you said. Mini comic book, right? We could see the aspect of it. It's super thin, right? This is cool. When Jay showed me his list this week, This one kind of stood out to me, and I had no clue where it came from. So this is real. You know, Jay and I have similar. Obviously, they're both video games, but we have a little bit of difference. Like the books he picked versus the books I picked. You're gonna see as we go on. There's a little bit of different style to each, but I think that's gonna round out the list nice this week. So nice first pick, Jay. Making me follow up a tough one here. Come on.
There we go. There we go.
I got to break out the big guns.
Let's go.
Who doesn't love a little Lara Croft, right? A little Tomb Raider in your life. So, Tomb Raider fan, Lara Croft fan. I mean, look at that cover. Who can't be? Who can't be? So, before I talk about the book, let's talk a little bit about Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider franchise started 1996, PlayStation, PC, and you remember, Jay, Sega Saturn?
Sega Saturn.
Guys,
who doesn't remember those boxy breasts?
Yeah. Guys, monster franchise. 20 releases of video games, 3 movies. And now, why is it back in the news? Why did I pick it? Amazon is rumored to create, they're looking to create an MCU-like franchise that spans video games, TV shows, and movies. Tomb Raider, Lara Croft. There's a little bit of back and forth with the rights right now. This rumor came out last year, the beginning of this year. But the probability seems high that they're going to at least attempt to resurrect this franchise. I mean, come on, guys. Angelina Jolie, first set of movies. Lara Croft. Who wasn't a fan of that? Who wasn't a fan of that, right? So
even the later games that came out on PS4 were insane, dude.
Absolutely. So let's get our first appearance, right? Tomb Raider, Witchblade, #1, Top Cow, 1997, Michael Turner greatness. Her first appearance. This is still a pricey book, even to today. This goes between $20 and $30 for a higher grade. I mean, I'm a sucker for Michael Turner covers. He draws the ladies great. So with all this news, with how big of a franchise it was, and I feel like possibly could become again. This could be a book. This is a book, obviously, that I'm on the lookout for. I do not have it in my collection. I will be buying it, hopefully before you guys run to eBay and buy it up before I get there, okay? What do you think, Jay?
I love it. Like you said, just Michael Turner alone, rest in peace. He always kills the lady. Matt Forge doing his homework on Tomb Raider coming to, would you say Amazon?
Amazon. That's what it sounds like.
There you go. We need some good shows. We need some good. Sony's been killing it with the video game shows. Twisted Metal, I watched the first 2 episodes, loved it. They got Gran Turismo, the movie, coming out. We know God of War is coming out. A book I've never seen before, Matt. So kudos. You're always bringing heat to the table. Looking to clean and press your books before submission? Well, look no further than the best in the business, Erod 212 with Express Comic Book Pressing Service. Defects 10 gets you 10% off. Erod will submit your books to CGC and CBCS and pass along his discount. Hit him up on Instagram or email expresscbp@yahoo.com.
Butch, what do you got next, brother?
Guys, you're going to see my theme here. I didn't pick video game characters per se, like Matt did, but I picked comic books that were included with video games. This one's my favorite on the list. Dr. Doom's Revenge #1 from 1989, written by
Sick.
Danny Fingerroth, illustrated by the legendary John Romita Sr., a promo comic book from Paragon Software for the Commodore 64 DOS computer game, guys. This is old school. Spidey and Captain America are the only two heroes available as Dr. Doom steals a nuke and plans to launch it at New York City. Guys, this is an awesome Romita cover. If you're a Doom fan, you need this. I actually ordered this book as soon as I researched it and found it on eBay. Yep. So the comic story ends in the middle of the action and it continues right into the video game, guys. But also included in this video game, not only do you get this comic, but you get the superhero handbook with awesome illustrations from John Romita Sr. and other comic book artists. I mean, raw copies right now on eBay are going for like anywhere from 40 to $100. I saw one graded copy of this, Dr. Doom's Revenge #1 at a CGC 9.8, selling for $1,000. I couldn't find any sold, but that's what it's up for now. But yet again, guys, you could find the actual computer video game on eBay that comes with the superhero handbook and Dr. Doom's Revenge #1, probably from like that $60 to $70 range. Again, make sure it's complete. Who doesn't want this Doom, Spidey, Captain America cover in their collection, guys? Be on the lookout for it.
Let me tell you, when Jay sent over his picks to me, this one just jumped off the page to me. I was just like, why have I never seen this? Right?
I've never seen it either, ever.
Unbelievable. Romita, right? I mean, it's unbelievable. And like you said, the best way might be to go to the video game because a lot of people might have it and not even realize what's actually inside and the value of what's inside. They might realize what's there, but not really realize that there's value behind it. So, guys, again, just to preface the hit list, these are books we're on the lookout for. Doesn't mean that, we're not necessarily specking, right? Some of this has a little bit of hype behind it from a rumor or this or that, but this hit list doesn't always mean spec. Just this is a new segment. Just want to reiterate that again throughout the video in case some of you were jumping around. So, as you can see on the screen, Gears of War, all right? The Gears of War franchise started in 2006, all right? I can't believe it was that long ago. On Xbox, a third-person shooter, rivaled Halo for the top spot for the most played Xbox Live game, okay? I remember being a PlayStation guy and being jealous of not having an Xbox because of Gears of War.
Same here, Gears of War and Halo, 2 games I'd never played that I always wanted to play.
Those commercials were legendary for Gears of War. Made me go out and basically get the game and the console together. So I was gonna say spec, but the rumor behind this is that Zack Snyder made a comment that said he would like to create a Gears of War live action movie or show. Well, apparently he might be a little late to the show because Netflix looks like they're already in development. Now, I think there's a tie here because Snyder does have a lot of ties to Netflix. So it's possible that he's doing a little smokescreen and that he's already involved in this project. Okay, so that's the background. Here's the details on the book. Gears of War #1, Wildstorm/DC from 2008. It connects the stories of the first video game to the second video game. The book goes for around $30. You know, there's some fluctuation there, but that's where it is. This is cover A, has that legendary logo on it. There's a bunch of variants, but I think there's even ratio variants and the cover A actually goes for a little bit more. And I think, Jay, it's because of that logo. That's what people want to see.
Yep.
So out of the other variants, there's a GameStop variant and there's a Blockbuster variant. I wanted to show all the variants, but then it just would have got confusing because there's a bunch of them. But, you know, if you're interested in this, go do your own research. Like we always say, it's always best to double check us, fact check us, and just kind of look into these things before you start making purchases. So GameStop edition, Blockbuster edition, but that cover A does pull a premium. A little bonus here, a book that I will show you is the Gears of War #9. So this was an ongoing series. This is a Jim Lee cover, and it's super low print count, guys. This is sub 10,000 print count, I believe. Jim Lee goodness, dope cover. So a little bonus that if these books start to heat up, this is going to be one that gets attention. And don't get me wrong, this is not a $2 book. Like this is even a $15 to $20 book.
Yeah,
even today. So these books will probably start heating up if this news really does take off. And being, again, fan of video games, these are games when we were making this list that kind of called to me as I was looking through choices. So I said, these are books that I'm on the lookout for. What do you think, Jay?
I love it, man. Like you said, Netflix gave Snyder the keys with Rebel Moon. The trailer for that looks amazing. The budget looks insane. If they give Snyder the keys and he does a Gears of War, you know the books are going to take off, guys. We've seen it with every other video game franchise that got options. So, Matt, great pick on the #1, but even a better pick on the #9. Jim Lee killing the Gears of War cover.
Hell yeah.
Always bringing knowledge, Matty Forge.
Thanks, brother. I'm trying to keep up with you with the video games, man.
Oh,
you gave me this task, and you're like, "Yo, video game books," and I'm like, "Oh man, This is new. I haven't gone down this rabbit hole, but now I'm in it. Now you're making me spend money, Jay."
This is Spider-Man #1 from 1990, but I'm sure it's none of this variations of it that you guys seen. Art by Todd McFarlane. This book was included in the ASM PS Amiga video game books that were only sold in England, Germany, France, and Italy in 1990. So the thing about this book, right? Very hard to find in a good grade. To fit this book in the video game box, this book was folded in half, which caused like crazy spine ticks, creasing on the back cover. You
can see it in the picture. I don't know if you could see it. It wasn't folded right down the middle. It was folded literally in half this way. It's crazy.
So you're getting color breaks on the back. You're getting spine ticks. It's almost identical to the UK edition, except for, and I know Matt has pictures here, there's no text in the upper left-hand corner, and nothing in the barcode and nothing in that box with the spider. So almost identical, guys. This book, talking about low print runs, a print run of only 3,000 copies, guys. 3,000 copies. I couldn't find any graded at the moment when I looked on eBay, but it's extremely hard to find, being a foreign comic book and a foreign comic book that was included in a foreign video game. But raw copies, guys, in the condition like you see this, upwards around anywhere from $350 to $550. So if you got that platinum, if you got that silver, if you have that gold, you need to complete the collection with the complete Spider-Man.
This is crazy. And when I was looking for a picture, I came across something that said, and I'm not gonna give exact details, so you guys can go and look this up yourself. But I believe a 6.5 sold, not recently. This was at some point, because like Jay said, there's not a lot of graded data out there, and it was in the thousands for a 6.5. Because with that fold down the middle, I would say the top grade you could probably get is a 6.570 with a fold like that. So if this book existed in a 9.8, which maybe there's one that was uncirculated, I mean, you could be talking about a $10 or $12,000 book easily. So let's round out the list. Let's round out the list with definitely my favorite character on the list from video games. Who doesn't love a little Duke Nukem in their life?
The nostalgia is real right now. Giving strippers dollar bills when I was like 10, 11 years old in a video game.
Yeah, seriously. Duke Nukem, guys, for those of you who don't know, 1991 on the PC. This was peak gaming for me, guys. This was like you see on the cover, that's what you got in a video game, essentially. All right. So last year, an old unreleased version of the game was leaked online, hyping up the fan base. The fans of this game, which is a cult following, went absolutely ballistic. I think that was done on purpose because announced around the same time, the team that brought you Cobra Kai on Netflix said they are trying to develop a live action Duke Nukem, the show or movie we never needed, but we are going to get. I don't even know in 2023 how they could possibly make this equivalent to the video game, but apparently they're going to try. So that's a little bit of background. Let's get right into the books. The book you see up on the screen is a mini comic book, okay? Duke Nukem Forever, 2011, IDW. It came with the Duke Nukem Forever Balls of Steel Edition game, okay? And it came with a bunch of little paraphernalia, a bunch of Duke Nukem stuff, including this mini comic. So technically, like his first appearance in a one-shot, this book goes from anywhere from $10 to $100. It's all over the map. The sales are all over the map. I'm sure it's condition-based. They're hard to find. Honestly, this is a good one, but I think the book to get is the number one of the actual comic book series, and that's shown there on screen now. Also from 2011, also from IDW, Duke Nukem, Glorious Bastard, number one. Guys, a $15 to $30 book, more consistent sales. There's a 1 in 10 in this. There's a 1 in 25 in this, and there's a couple other variants. The ratio variants definitely go for more, but I feel like this is the book that you probably want to grab. If you can get that mini comic, I would grab it as well. Going to be a lot harder to find, a lot less consistent on the price. But this is probably the solid, safe choice where you're not overspending. I just want this in my collection because I was such a fan growing up and a fan of the video game. Not much else to say about the Duke, is there, Jay?
Nah, like me and Matt were talking off camera. It started with Wolfenstein.
Yep.
Then I thought it was Doom that came out next, but Matt corrected me, and it was actually Duke Nukem and then Doom, guys. But I'm in the mood to play this right now. I don't know about you guys. Matt coming out with Glorious Bastard, Balls of Steel, Duke Nukem. How could you not want that in your collection? And I'm sure this is extremely tough to find in high grade due to that black, the border cover.
Yep. I think we're gonna find that if we really start picking up steam on this project, you'll start seeing these books fly. They'll start making lists. This is one that I could see really moving out of all the ones we talked about. Jay was talking about inserts. I was talking about a little bit of news. I feel like this one has the potential to really, really move. So, but either way, I'm getting this for my collection. So,
if you were born in the 80s, if you were born in the mid 70s to 80s, and you were a gamer, how could you not have this book in your collection? All right, Defects, that's it for our first segment of the hit list. Let us know what you think. If you have any themes you want us to run with, let us know in the comments. Speaking of comments, leave a comment. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and before you leave, make sure you check out Matt and myself Tuesday nights, Whatnot, 9:45, and also once a month on Very Gary's channel, The Defective Collective. We'll catch you on the next one.